The way we live, the way we work has been changed so dramatically by technology. And that has started in prehistoric times actually. If the printing press, which I would consider as one of the greatest innovations, had not come, dissemination of information to people would have been impossible. The breakthroughs on antibiotics, for example, something like penicillin, which again extended the lifespan of people. That has been remarkable. Internet. Today, people rather than becoming citizens are becoming netizens. Half of humanity is sort of connected today. What is also exciting, since you asked about excitement, are the disruptive technologies that are coming in. They include mobile internet, automation of knowledge work, they include cloud, include 3D printing, etc. And these are going to have revolutionary changes. The concerns that one has is how will these technologies be actually used? For example, we talk about next-gen genomics. It took 13 years and few $1 billion to sequence the whole human genome. Now today you can do it in $1,000 for 1 hour, okay? And it will go to $100 in few minutes. Now when that change takes place, each one of us can have a gene sequence. So predictive medicine becomes possible. As soon as a child is born, you know that whether there are some genetic defects, will it have diabetes, cancer, whatever, basically. And that's wonderful. But at the same time, these data, could be misused. You have advances of technology today in terms of cloning. Now, cloning sheep is fine, but cloning human beings will create a huge challenge. So there has to be kind of a balance in what technology does. I think the important part that we have to understand is that with advances of technology, the costs keep on coming down dramatically. For example, mobile. When Nokia and Ericsson came in 15 years ago in India, it was $250, but it came down to $25. And that is how a street vendor can afford it, somebody from slum can afford it, our rural villages can afford it. So affordability and scale are going to go hand in hand, so as to say. And therefore, to bring the benefit of technology to the largest number of people in the world, I think affordability has to be spelled in capital letters. And then scales will automatically follow. I have always been talking about affordable excellence, because normally when something is affordable, people say it can't be excellent. Something is excellent, people say it cannot be affordable. No, you can actually create it. In my mother's name, for example, I have created what is called as A Mashelkar Inclusive Innovation Award. It was won by a young man, 28-year-old, Mishkin Ingavale, a couple of years ago. What did he do? He found that women in villages were dying out of anemia. And he said, I can understand why people die of cancer, but why die of anemia? He found that they were reluctant to give the blood. Okay? So he said, all right, without taking blood out, I will detect the hemoglobin detecting device that is non-invasive. You put it around finger and you know what is hemoglobin. And by using very sophisticated technology, photoplethysmography and very sophisticated software for photon scattering, etc., he created what is called as Touch HB. And while doing so, what he also did was that the cost of detecting hemoglobin is 100 to 150 rupees. He said, I will do it in 10 rupees. Right? Not 10% lower, 10 times lower. And he has come out with sort of a breakthrough. Making high technology work for the rich, very easy. Making low technology work for the poor, very easy. But making high technology work for the poor is the issue. And that is where India excels in. India has more than 200 million illiterates. How can we be a developed country by 2020 if those illiterates remain illiterate? We can't be. So we have 5 years to go. Within 5 years, can we make entire India literate? Answer is yes. By what? By use of technology. How? Mr. Kohli of Tata Consultancy Services has created what is called as computer-based functional literacy, CBFL, by which what he is able to do, he is able to make a poor woman in a village read a newspaper in just 45 contact hours. And the trick that he has, the technology that he has, is one where words are recognized as pictures. The entire Medak district was made literate. In fact, I remember while I was in World Bank speaking in 2007, I talked about this, and President Wolfowitz of World Bank was in the audience. And I told him, I said, sir, 800 million illiterates are there in the world. You can remove the illiteracy of the whole world in 5 years, $2 per person, all right? $1.6 billion. So what we require is the power of such a technology needs to be combined with policy. Then only it can disseminate, then only it can scale. It's phenomenal. In fact, our paper came in 2010 where I talked about more from less, which we always do, isn't it? Mainframe computer used to occupy the size of this room. Today, you're carrying something in your pocket which is million times more powerful. So more from less space, less cost and so on. But for whom? For profit. More profit? No. More people. More from less for more people. That was Gandhian engineering. It's getting adopted not only in the developing world. Like Vietnam, we have a $54 million project on inclusive innovation for Vietnam, VIIP as it is called. Europe is sort of adopting it. Other countries are adopting it. In fact, Europe just a couple of months ago has put together a tender for a scoping study on how frugal innovation could be used for European advantage. There is a new customer base that is coming up, and that customer base is one who wants products that are excellent, very high quality, but affordable. Okay, so that affordable excellence that I talked about, the new emerging market is close to $1 billion, and they don't want to miss out on that. So even their companies now are working on this, like General Electric. You know, a $10,000 ECG machine, now they're made for $600. Who did it? Our Bangalore engineers did it here. It was done for our people, our villages. You know where it is getting sold now? In Europe and US, because it is very high quality at affordable prices. I mean, to sum up, I think, let's put it this way. The Western world always worried about quality. Okay, quality at any cost. So they kept on doing more from more for more. Right. Then they said, oh my God, what are we doing to the environment? So they brought in sustainability. And quality and sustainability were the two key. Now what is happening is affordability is coming in as a third parameter. I give the example of a poor street vendor, 75, 80-year-old. After his photograph was taken by my friend Rajiv Pawar, he says, "Oh, mujhe WhatsApp kar dijiye." You know, that is the penetration that we have, as a matter of fact. So I think as long as technology is made affordable, and scales will automatically follow. Like for example, the advent of 4G. The announcement that has been made for 4G is that the handheld device will be just $60, and per month the outgo will be $6. That is affordable. You will see that data, voice and video, you know, they will all go together and very affordably. I mean, one is talking about 100 million customers in 100 days. You can see the kind of penetration that is going to take place. So with access to such technology very affordably, you know, the way we do everything will change, including education, including health, including financing, banking, and so on and so forth. I mean, when we, somebody was talking about the future banking, and I said, is there a future for banking? Because the way you and I will transact tomorrow through the mobile, Can you imagine in rural villages? Africa is showing the way. Kenya, for example, 75 to 80% of the transactions there are through sort of mobile. And therefore, this will happen in India sooner rather than later. So I'm very optimistic about the possibilities of digital India happening sooner than we think it will.